put my Facebook family in here, you guys, because I didn't want anybody to miss out. So I do have a live stream also on Facebook, YouTube Live, Instagram. I have my Wisdom Community Family on my tablet. So everybody on Wisdom app can come up and share and talk. Um, and everybody live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and um, did I miss another platform? But anyway, you guys can comment in the feed. But people on Wisdom, my Wisdom family, they're able to come up and they're able to talk and share. I hope you guys, well, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Karen Oliver, and I am a life purpose coach and a health and nutrition coach. And I'm also studying a lot of background. I'm also studying in relationship coaching, but right now I'm just focused on the life purpose coaching and health coaching, even though we do talk about relationships and different types of relationships in life purpose coaching. So, you guys, I hope that you guys had a great weekend. We're live on the Stay True Committed podcast, and I'm your host. Karen Oliver. The Stay True Committed podcast is an extension of my brand, WCD Coaching, which stands for Women Committed to Dreams Incorporated, and it is my coaching business. And the Stay True Committed podcast has been on air since May 19th, 2020. So we celebrated 2 years in May. Okay, guys, I hope you guys are doing well. So I'm doing my Monday check-ins. We do Monday check-ins. We have Monday check-ins, and then we do talks here, and we also do Thursday therapy check-ins, and we also have real live conversations with different guests on different platforms. I hope you guys enjoy the conversations that me and Dr. Roberts had. Dr. Roberts is from the Wisdom app community. So if you don't have that app downloaded, for those of you who are live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, please download the Wisdom app. There are real conversations. We have coaches, entrepreneurs, therapists. We have so many professional people in the app, in the wisdom community, for advice, questions. If you want to team up with people, if you have a concern, or if you just want to inquire about any of our services, the Wisdom app is definitely a community where you can come and you can share things that you are confident with sharing, and who you're confident sharing it with. And so, thank you guys for coming in on the Wisdom Community app. I see you guys. Well, I can't see you guys. Well, yes, I can. I can see you guys pulling up on here. Thanks for tuning in. And so, I just wanted to share a little bit before I log into work. I just want to share that August is approaching. And so, I know we've been talking about the different journeys that we've been on. And coming into August, which we're probably going to go ahead and start that next week, we're going to be talking about embracing your connections, just embracing the season you're in. And I also had another conversation, and I usually write my topics down, and I forgot to write this topic down, so I got to wait until that comes back to me, until I can think about what that other topic that we are going to be discussing. I hope you guys caught that. If you did catch the live conversation on last week, I did upload it on the Stay True podcast on all podcast platforms. So check out that latest episode. Again, we're just checking in. This is the Monday check-in. Just want to see how everybody's doing. If you have anything or any wins that you wanted to share, any milestones that you would like to share, please feel free to either comment, or my wisdom family, you can come up and share, and everyone can hear you live here in the wisdom family. We definitely talked about coaching versus therapists. We talked a lot about that in the last 2 weeks, 2 weeks and a half, and we had some real great conversations. We had guests to come on the Wisdom app and share different things with us, and it really helped. I'm pretty sure it helped somebody out there a lot. So the podcast is just about having those connections, having those real life conversations, knowing where you're at in a season, embracing where you're at in a season, and how you progress and move from season to season, how you got there. And the thing about it is, a lot of us think that, I know a lot of people think that they got to have it together. A lot of us, even some of us, were guilty of that, thinking that we got to have it together. No, we do not, because we're still dealing with something. Even though we're growing every day, we're still dealing with something. And as long as we're progressing, as long as we're doing the work, as long as we're making the work um, make us better, that's all that counts. Because we got to make sure that we put one foot in front of the other. Because if we don't, and then guess what? We don't make no progress at all. And so we want to talk about just different connections. I know a lot, we've been talking a lot about relationships. Relationships is good because as a coach, you've got to develop so many relationships. You got to be a people person. You got to love people, and you got to be able to have an ear to hear. You got to be able to listen um, to each other. You got to be able to listen to each other. It's like establishing that connection. And sometimes establishing that connection can be different. Sometimes establishing that connection could be different because we're all different. We're all made unique, but we're made uniquely different. And we have to be able to adapt to different ones' personalities. We got to be able to adapt to different ones' characteristics and all that. So when you're coaching, you got to be able to have relationship. You got to be able to connect with that person. You can't just be in it, for the money. You got to be able to be in it to see that person win and to want to see that person win, just like you won. You want to be able for that person to be able to grow, just like you had to grow. And so it's not always easy, um, but it's doable. If you love people, it is easy. I'm gonna say that. If you love people, if you love being that helper, if you have the gifts of helps and you're always helping someone or whatever, that's good. It's gonna make it easy, but you have to be able to see people where they are, and then you've got to have different experiences of your own. You can't just come into you can't just come into your purpose or come into your career with, oh, I just want to get into this for money, or I know this can make me thousands of money, or and no, it's not about you. It's about someone else. It's about their life and about where you want their life to become. If they are needing your helping hand, and then it's up to you to give that helping hand. Because if you can't give that helping hand, if you can't help them along the way, if you can't keep them accountable, and if you can't keep your own self accountable, and then you can't keep anybody else accountable. If you can't help or see yourself to grow, and then you can't help and see your client, to grow. So those are some of the things that we have to take. Even coaches, you have to have a mentor. You have to be able to do that personal development on yourself. You got to be able to do that homework on yourself before you can do the homework on somebody else. Because if you can't do the homework on yourself, and if you don't pass the test on yourself, and then how are we going to help somebody else along the way? We talked about a lot of things last week, and like I said, if you guys did not hear that conversation, it is uploaded on the podcast, on the Stay True Committed podcast, and we just talked about how we got from point A to point B. You know, how did you get to where you needed to get to? How did you start? It wasn't an easy road. Nobody can say that it was easy. You know, it wasn't easy for me. It wasn't easy for nobody else in the world. But because we had a desire, and because we committed to our purpose, because we committed to the life that we chose, that we know that was good for us, and that's when things start falling into place. When you commit yourself to your purpose, when you commit yourself to your destiny, when you made up in your mind that this is me, I have an end goal, and I'm going to get to this end goal. Because if I don't stay committed to it, and then it's just gonna fall. It's not gonna fall in place. It's gonna fall into pieces on the ground. And so that's why um, when I founded my brand name, get that my brand name was basically inspired by myself. I had to make it up in my mind to be committed to my purpose. I had to make up in my mind to, and before I even committed to my purpose, I had to accept, I had to have the desire. I had to actually fully know what my purpose was. And when I did, you know, I made sure that I fell in love with my purpose, and I made sure that I established my purpose. Just a little bit background about myself. There was a lot of things that I was leaving off the shelf because I had got complacent. And you guys heard me talk about that even on the podcast back in 2020. There was a lot of things that I had a desire for and I left on the shelf. And I had to go back and I had to pick it up, but I had to fall in love with it, and I had to know who I was, know that I was not the same as everybody else. I had to know that I was different. I had to know that I was different and that I was unique, but I had a purpose and I had a special gift and I had something special to give out to the world. And so that's what I had to do. I had to fall in love with me again. I had to fall in love with my purpose, again, and had to realize, hey, this is me. This is you, Karen. You're not like anybody else. You are unique. You are loved. Your purpose can be fulfilled, but guess who had to do the work? I had to do the work. I had to do the work. It wasn't going to be fulfilled without me not doing the work, if that makes sense. Um, so you guys, I'm checking in with you guys today and telling you guys just a little bit background with my story. Um, and if anybody would like to come up on the wisdom community or anybody live on YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn, feel free to comment, or you guys are the wisdom family, feel free to come up and share. Um, I had an awesome weekend as well. Had an awesome weekend. Fellowship, spend time with family, and we just had a good time outdoors. Cooking out, and just enjoying life and letting go of the things of the things of the world, because there's a lot of things true that's going on in this day and time and in this season, but we can still have fun and we can still, you know, embrace where we are, embrace where we are in this season, even though we got a lot of things going on. There's still love, there's still joy, and there's still laughter, and we got to be able to do that, and we got to be able to help one another. And so, you guys, when I remember what my other topic is that I want to talk about on the podcast, I definitely will share and let you guys know ahead of time before we start diving back into that conversation. Um, so, you guys, it's almost 15 minutes, so I am going to wrap up in a little bit. Again, this is our Monday check-ins, and I think I got a message on the wisdom community. Uh, okay, that's a mess. That's an old message. I'm sorry, you guys. I thought somebody wanted to come up and share. But if you have any questions for me, or just would like to talk, or you have any questions about what I do and how I can help, feel free to contact me in the bio. On all platforms, my information is there, so there is ways to contact me. And so I hope you guys have a great Monday, and I will hear from you guys. Well, actually, I will be talking to you guys this week again. So have a happy Monday, and get you some tea or coffee if you need it. I know how it is, but I'm getting ready to lay off the coffee. Starbucks has been hurting me, so I've actually been trying to just do my shake in the mornings. So I hope you guys have a great Monday and talk to you soon. Bye.